proof was produced. And therefore, the meeting in which not only the municipal authorities, not only the mayor of a city, not only the other representatives of people were present, but also the police commissioner and deputy police commissioner were also present. It means that this is known to everybody. If somebody says that I am at a place for more than 100 years, and if there is no proof, what the authorities can do excepting demolishing it? And therefore, the demolition of a structure was absolutely right. No, the property card.
आप बोलिए, आप बोलते हैं, आप बात कर रहे हैं उस वक्त बोलो।
तो प्रशासन के पास होगा, ना के लोगों के पास होगा।
सब्रवाल जी वो बोलेंगे, राष्ट्रपाल जी बोल रहे हैं, आप बोलिए।
There was no property card. Sir, I'm speaking this from the record.
ठीक है, नहीं आप
presuming.
स्पीकर।
Sir, you want me to?
No.
Sir, presuming that there was a property card, firstly, the records do not say that they produced a property card. Secondly, if there was a property card, the another alternative was suggested by those people that keep half of the cover here and half of the cover be shipped. That was not useful, and therefore the municipal commissioner requested that it is not possible. We may be able to shift you from this place to another, which was also rejected. And sir, in the circumstances, somebody goes in the shoes of the municipal authorities, can he tell me what is the other way instead of removing a structure? Sir, the municipal authorities, the collector of a district and the municipal commissioner along with the mayor, representative of the people, they decided to demolish it, and therefore BMC, that is Vadodara Municipal Corporation, no final decision was taken, as the same could be taken after examining the issue from a legal angle. A letter received by fax on 30th April from local residents was also taken into consideration. There was another side. There were other people also who were insisting that we are doing a road, and if there is also a religious place comes in between, the action will have to be taken. And therefore, this matter is to be examined from the administrative point of view. I agree with the Honorable State Minister when he said that this is not a question between two religions. This is a question between the administration and the people of certain faith. Now, those people did not agree to this. The demolition started, and this demolition was started on 1st May of 2006, and all the authorities present on the spot, the Vadodara Municipal Corporation on 1/5/63, strong crowd tried to obstruct the team of the Vadodara Municipal Corporation. Unfortunately, firing was done. Not that immediately the firing was done, all other measures were also tried, and when they did not succeed, it was done, and 2 persons died and 25 were injured. And thereafter, in the city itself, there were four people died, and 6 police station areas out of the 13 were affected. So this is all the case. It's a very simple matter. And in this simple matter, we have to decide whether we want peace in the country or we want politics to play. If we sincerely desire it, I do not want any member of this august house to try to play politics and to see that the peace of not only of Gujarat but of the country is got in difficulty. Sir, I must say, after my experience of 4 years as Chief Minister, these issues are flaring up only because of an appeasement of a particular community. I am extremely sorry to say this, but I say this with great regret that the communal feelings grow up of one group only because we always try to appease some groups, and that affects us. Sir, I remember during my time, a lot of people approached me and they made me lots of requests. I never thought from the communal point of view. I remember that during those times, there was a question, sir, as to the people who sit on a road, sit on a footpath and pray namaz. The people came to me, they requested me that because there is no place in a masjid, we have to sit on a road. I requested them that if I give you additional FSI, you can construct more parts on the masjid and definitely your problem can be resolved. Those people agreed, additional FSI was given, the problem was solved. In this particular case also, I am sure that every attempt was made. I know the Honorable Home Minister has a great responsibility in replying to such questions. I said yesterday also to the Urban Development Minister that unless and until you want a rule of law, the country will not progress. Without this taking a decision about the slum dwellers, if you just give them a 1 year period, I'm sure that even after 1 year period, you will come back to the house. And today also, I must make a statement that unless and until the Honorable Home Minister makes a decision that in case of development, the persons may belong to any community, any religion, any caste, the law must remain, and since the justice should be done in a similar way. If that is not done, how do we expect a development to take place? Nowhere the development will take place. In the name of religion, if somebody constructs certain unauthorized things and do not cooperate with the administration, what the administration can do? We ultimately try to blame the bureaucrats, but the bureaucrats behave as per the decisions in the parliament. Sir, let me tell you, if they find today the way in which we are shouting against each other, the way in which we are behaving in the house, and I'm sure that this is being seen by all the people of our country, they will think that this highest house, highest democratic temple, is also not taking decisions peacefully and calmly. And therefore, on this issue, I have a firm opinion that somebody, whosoever, whether it's a temple, or it is a house, or it's a commercial area, if somebody is coming in the way of a progress of our country, they should be stopped, and no politics should be brought into this. And I'm also confident that the day would come when we have to follow all this and go ahead with the development. I'm indeed happy that the Gujarat Chief Minister has decided that he will go ahead with the development in spite of the hindrances that will come in his way. I'm indeed happy to congratulate him for the actions of development that is taking place, and also I wish that in our country, if we want to progress of the country, or let's not talk of progress, let's talk only of a religion and the matters will be over. I'm sure that this will be done in the larger interest and our petty politics should not come into this. Thank you very much, sir. Dhanyawad.
ये प्रवीण राष्ट्रपाल बोल रहे हैं। नहीं, वो बाद में।
एक मिनट बस, एक मिनट बस। खड़ी हो जाओ। मैं इसलिए कहना चाहती हूँ ये बात भी कि बार-बार
आपकी कैसे क्या परंपरा है?
एक मिनट, मैं आपकी परमिशन लेके इसलिए तो बोल रही हूँ ना। एक ही मिनट कि बार-बार ये कह रहे हैं कि दस्तावेज नहीं मिल रहे, लेकिन बड़ौदा के मेयर को जब 1912 के दस्तावेज के बारे में बताया तो उनका जवाब ये था कि आप 1912 के दस्तावेज की बात करते हैं। 1945 के दस्तावेज में पाकिस्तान भारत के साथ जुड़ा था, तो क्या हम पाकिस्तान पे अपना दावा ठोक सकते हैं? ऐसी
राष्ट्रपाल जी, आप पहले बोलना था। बोलिए बोलिए
हुआ है,
बोलिए।
गलत बात है।
आप बोले वो सब सच।
उस वातावरण को हमें आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए, जो किसी ने जो कहा है उसको।
बोलिए बोलिए राष्ट्रपाल।
Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir,
अग्रवाल जी, आप
inform you that I am a very junior member of this house.
You are
This is
former
my
Lok Sabha
maiden
member.
speech.
Why do you say?
And I request the
You are also
colleagues
a
on that
maiden
side
speech.
particularly the member of Rajya Sabha from Gujarat, not to intervene me. I also request my senior colleague Vinay Katiyar. I sympathize with him for his loss in the election. I also request. I also request my senior colleague Mr. Arun Jaitley not to intervene because they are going to speak after me. Sir, the subject today is communal violence and not property card and 100-year proof. And some people do not know difference in between Kabra and Dargah also. Kabra is for an ordinary human being and Dargah is for a saint. Let us not give incorrect name to the very pious places, whether they belong to this community or that community. If you do not know the meaning of the word, you should not utter it. I may refer that we are not talking only of Baroda. Sir, in the recent past, we had communal riots in Aligarh, we had communal riots in Lucknow, and then the last riots took place on 1st of April or surrounding that date in Baroda. The dispute is not about development, non-development. Nobody here is against development. I expect any member of Rajya Sabha, are you against development? We cannot. Why they are misinforming, misdirecting the very purpose of the decision? I am against violence. This parliament in this country has celebrated Vaisakhi Purnima only before few days. The greatest man of the world, Lord Buddha. The country is celebrating 2550 anniversary of Lord Buddha's Mahaparinirvana. The state of Gujarat is celebrating 2006 as a tourism year. May I know from the members of Rajya Sabha of Gujarat, when violence takes place in Baroda, whether tourism will increase or tourism will go to Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. I am worried about that. Because this house is known as Council of States. We are here not to talk about any individual. We are here to talk about the issues of the state. And I am sure all members of Rajya Sabha from a particular state should talk in favor of that state. I don't know why there should be contradiction. And I remind my friend Jayantilal Barot and my sister Alka and many other members of Rajya Sabha from Gujarat, when the JPC scam took place, we were all worried about the small depositors. 1200 crore scam, and I am very sorry to refer to the scam in Madhupura Cooperative Bank. 100 crore rupees scams, and that too of a small depositor. As a member of Rajya Sabha, I am supposed to support the case of small depositor and not of Ketan Parekh. Let me make a statement that on one side we talk of democracy, we talk of clarity, we talk of character, and in Rajya Sabha we criticize this party and that type, and as a lawyer I go and defend Ketan Parekh. Who is right? One who is defending low depositor or one who is defending Ketan Parekh? So I make a statement. There is a crisis of character in this country. There is a crisis of character among the leaders of this country, of a particular party, of a communal force, of a fascist party, and we are against that. We are not against BJP as a political party. We will not talk of any political party here. We do not approve communal violence, whether it is communal violence in between Dalit and Hindus, whether it is communal violence in between Shia and Sunni, whether it is a communal violence in between Hindus and Muslims, whether it is a communal violence in between Jain and the communal. We are against all type of violence. We can't approve violence. We cannot. We belong to the country of Lord Buddha. We belong to the country of Lord Mahavir. We belong to the country of Mahatma Gandhi. Many saints are. One of them was Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti. He needs no introduction in this country. Garib Nawaz Khwaja Muhyiddin Chishti, who came to this country from Samarkand, Bukhara before 700 years. and he came to Delhi, then went to Ajmer and he died there. And the world famous Dargah of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti is there in Ajmer. And I am sure every one of sitting here must have visited that Dargah. It is not a Dargah of Muslim. Ajmer is visited and prayed by Hindus and Muslims both. Some of his disciples of Khwaja Moinuddin Chishti went to other parts of the country. One of them came to Ahmedabad, and we have got a Chishti Dargah in the Sahibag area just next to Raj Bhavan, which was built by Shah Jahan himself, and right now the monument of Sardar Patel is housed. My very senior colleague and previous Chief Minister of Maharashtra was talking about the property card. Will you please give me property card of the Raj Bhavan of Ahmedabad, which was built by Shah Jahan? And because there is no property card of a house of Raj Bhavan, can we demolish that? Can you produce certificate of my grandfather when there was no system of birth certificate? He is very much alive. He is more than 100 years. But suppose I do not produce his certificate, he should be removed from my house. What is this? What are these arguments? Let us not talk on this. So one of that disciples went to Ahmedabad, another went to Baroda, and his name was Rasiduddin Chishti. He went to Baroda before 380 years. And this Dargah is of Rasiduddin Chishti, and it was in existence during the regime of Gaekwad Maharaj. It is there. All historical stories are there. I have got all cuttings, newspaper, and let me tell you, my dear friends, I am prepared, sir. You appoint a committee of this house. Let them go to Baroda and find out whether even after demolition of the Dargah, the road is widened or not. Now I am told by the citizen of the Baroda that the road cannot be widened because there is a Champaner gate in between the road. You have demolished the Dargah next to the gate, but that historical gate of Champaner cannot be demolished by Baroda Municipal Corporation. It is not demolished. It will not be demolished. Then what is the use of that demolition? Are you expert in demolition? Yeah, some of you are expert in demolition. The Babri Masjid was demolished on 6th December 92. नाम नहीं लूंगा, नाम नहीं लूंगा। नाम निकाल दिया।
आप मेरे से आपने ही किया था कि
अरे बहुत
पानी जी आप बैठिए। पानी जी बैठिए।
Sir, very correctly, I will again go back to Baroda. So the decision was taken, the people had discussion, very senior people in charge of the Dargah went to the head of the Baroda Municipal Corporation. The whole story is they were given assurance and they have offered that the superstructure may be removed. You know, Dargah will be hardly 5 feet or 6 feet in length and 2 or 3 feet in the width. So that Dargah main part, which in temple we say sanctum sanctorum, गर्भद्वार जिसको बोलते हैं, वो रहना चाहिए. For demolition of the superstructure, the community was prepared. And she has rightly referred to the map of 1912 and 1945. I have got English translation of the statement made by the mayor of Baroda. Why do you talk of 1912 map? I will show a map of 1945 of India, where Pakistan is very much within India during 1945. Can we make claim for Pakistan on the basis of 1945 map? This was the statement made by the mayor of Baroda before the Muslim leaders when they went along with 912 map. Now that 912 map is very much there, and the very proof that Gaekwad himself has replaced this dargah during his regime. The Maharaja of Gaekwad had replaced this dargah once. This is the second time, not replacement. Replacement is permissible by performing certain puja. Now, what is going on in Narmada project? Entire towns and villages are being submerged. Do you know that in Madhya Pradesh, in Gujarat, when we construct a dam, thousands of acres of land will be submerged by water. There will be number of dargahs also. There will be number of kabar. There will be number of temples. They will be all allowed to be submerged. Nobody will take objection. Because it is development. We are not against development. But that systematically, that statue of Lord or a statue of any god which is there in the temple will be taken out. If there is a very sufficient dargah, that mitti will be removed and taken to another place. These are the methods which should be known. Those who are ruling in a particular district, those who are ruling in a particular state. So this was the objection. Another very serious statement made by a police officer. One of my senior colleagues referred to a man who was burnt along with vehicle. Somebody telephoned the police station. Okay, if you come here with a fire brigade, we can save the man because he is inside and the car is burning. The reply given by police PSI was, telephone Pakistan ko karo. This is the problem. This. I can give the name of that man who telephoned. I can give you the name of the PSI, and if you want, you can collect proof from the company of the mobile phone also. All these things are there. As I replied, these are not this newspaper.
पेपर मत दिखाइए, आप बोलिए.
This Divya Bhaskar.
अखबार नहीं दिखाना चाहिए.
This Divya Bhaskar is published by a BJP man. Mr. Agarwal is the owner.
I have stopped him. Your senior has stopped him.
Please tell him he is the new member.
No,
He must know the rules.
I have stopped him.
He must know the rules.
I have reminded him the rules. I have stopped him.
By the official, and the action of the official was supported by the local political leadership. That is the problem. In fact, same thing happened during the worst communal riots before few years, that is in 2002. If at that time it was the head of the state who was involved in the ethnic cleansing in Gujarat. It was a state-sponsored terrorism in Gujarat. Now this time it is the failure of the local administration and not, definitely not. I will say Gandhinagar is not responsible for what happened in Baroda. But it was the failure of the local police and local municipal corporation of Baroda, that you will have to admit, because they have miserably failed. It was very easy. I agree. Many Hindu temples were removed voluntarily by the Hindus. They have offered. I agree. And one thing again, there was no communal riots in between Hindu and Muslim in Baroda. But one thing is also correct, that it was an aggression by police on the Muslim, but the police were supported by non-Muslims. That is the that happened. That happened on me when during anti-reservation riot in Ahmedabad, my basti was attacked by those who are against reservation. What is going on right now? What is going on in this country right now? They oppose reservation Is not this parliament passed legislation under Article 15?
No, then you are going to different subjects.
No, sir.
When you
But
come for reservation.
when Dalits are attacked, police and non-Dalits will be together. Nobody has sympathy for poor people. Nobody has sympathy for minority at the time of when aggression takes place. That was the problem. And I again say, it was not violence in between two communities, but excessive violence, excessive use of force. Instead of lathi charge and tear gas, it was nothing but my one colleague has actually visited. I could not go there because I was in hospital. In fact, my party selected that Praveen Rashtrapal should be sent. And even now I am prepared. Sir, you appoint, not Congress and not BJP. Let us send people from any other political party. Let them go to Baroda and verify. And believe their report. Don't believe me. Don't believe my friend Maniyar, because we belong to that state. We are prepared. We want peace. We want development in Gujarat. But we do not want development like this, because they are talking too much of development. I will give you what development is going on in Gujarat. Check dams. I request you to go through ETV program where it is proved that 700 check dams were built and washed away in one rainy season. Sujlam Suflam, a committee of member of MLAs of Gujarat Assembly, well, there are members from all parties and headed by one lady MLA, Dr. Chandrika Ben Chudasma.
Don't use the names.
No, sir.
Don't
there is no development in Gujarat.
Don't use the names who cannot defend. You say MLA.
Yes, I will not give name. The Chief Minister of Gujarat wrote a letter to the Water Resources Minister requesting him to call a review committee meeting.
Gujarat development issue.
No, I am not yielding.
See, everybody has talked about development, and if he says development,
let me tell you the truth. The Chief Minister of Gujarat has written a letter to the Central Minister of Water Resources to call a review committee meeting. And accordingly, the review committee meeting was called. And when he came down to Gujarat, he said,
भरत जी क्या है? This is too much. This is ये ज़्यादा. अरे एक अरे वो बोल रहे. अरे देखिए, please sit down. आप जो चाहते हैं वो नहीं बोलेंगे ना. नहीं, ये गलत हो तो आप क्यों? अगर आप कहते हैं तो सर्टिफिकेट हो गई क्या? आप मत, वो जो अगर अनपार्लियामेंट्री या वो डिबेट में वो कुछ कहना चाहते हैं वो कहेंगे. वो नहीं, बैठिए. आपको क्लैरिफिकेशन के लिए नहीं, प्लीज आप बैठिए. ये सही बात नहीं है. नहीं, वो कहीं भी आए, उनको जितना अधिकार आपको बोलने का है, उनका अधिकार उतना उनको बोलने का है. आपको इंटरप्ट करने का गलत सही आप डिसीजन देने की कोई नहीं कहा है.
So my main objection is illegal construction can be demolished, not any construction. Illegal is encroachment. Encroachment. If it is encroachment on a private property, it has to be demolished. That is the Supreme Court order. I know why they are doing it. Somewhere we are ruling corporation, somewhere they are ruling. And all over the Supreme Court has ordered that should not be construction on certain feet on the highways. There should not be construction on the road. In Delhi also it happened. Why we all passed that bill for 1 year? Why they have not opposed that illegal bill we have passed? Their illegal should remain for 1 year. And Baroda illegal structure should not remain for 3 minutes. Yes. Baroda it should be immediately removed. Yes. And Delhi we want exemption of 1 year. And everybody voted in favor. And Mr. Khurana was the main man who wanted that bill. And he belonged to the party to which they are shouting. So let us not be political. Let us not be political. भाइयों, थोड़ा हिंदी में बोल लूंगा. जंग मत करो. जंग होता है तो खून बहता है. और जो खून बहता है वो आलम आदम का होता है. जंग मत करो. जंग मगरिब में हो या मशरिक में. जंग मगरिब में हो या मशरिक में. जंग होता है. जंग होता है तो खून बहता है. और खून बहता है आलम आदम का बहता है. एक बेटा मरता है तो मां बिलकती है. आपके किसी में घर में जिस दिन कम्युनल राइट में अपना बेटा मर जाएगा, तब आपको पता लगेगा कि कम्युनल राइट क्या चीज है। मेरा खुद का भतीजा का बेटा पिछले कम्युनल राइट में मर गया है, इसलिए मुझे पता है कि कम्युनल राइट्स क्या है। एक बेटा मरता है तो मां बिलकती है, एक शौहर मरता है तो बीवी बिलकती है, और एक बाप मरता है तो बच्चे अनाथ हो जाते हैं। जंग मत करो, जंग होता है तो खून बहता है। यही बात करके मैं मेरी बात समाप्त करता हूं। दिस इज हाउस ऑफ एल्डर, दिस इज हाउस ऑफ एल्डर, दिस इज काउंसिल ऑफ स्टेट्स। लेट अस बिहेव एज ए सीनियर सिटीजन, let us behave as a council of state. Let us today decide that now onwards there will not be communal riots in Gujarat. Why there are no communal riots in West Bengal? Why there are no communal riots in Kerala? There are many states, I congratulate them.
Who said that?
I mean, there are no sometime, rare. There are states where communal riots never take place. There are states where regularly communal riots take place. Regularly communal riots take place. अहमदाबाद, गोधरा, सूरत, बड़ौदा, यहाँ पे लखनऊ में बार बार होता है, अलीगढ़ में होता है. I am appreciating those states where there are no communal riots. But I want Gujarat should be number one in peace. Peace first. What are you talking of development? What is the use of development when there is no peace? Social fabric of the society. And you know what is the meaning of social strategy? We talk very good over here. I know what is the situation in Gujarat. What is the situation of Dalit in the UP village? What is the situation of Dalit in a Gujarat village? All we know it. Let us not discuss all these things. But at least one thing we decide, that in future there will not be communal violence in the name of community. That with these few words I conclude my speech. Thank you everybody.
Sri Arun Jaitley.
Mr. Deputy Chairperson, sir, what should, as my friend Mr. Yachuri mentioned in his opening comment, have been otherwise a non-partisan approach to a political or a social situation has become obviously a very partisan debate. I don't think there is any two views about the fact that whether it is the killings in Doda or whether it is a communal disturbance in Gujarat or a social caste disturbance in some other part of the country, the normal approach of a civilized society should be uniform. And therefore we should be really, as a House of Elders, as Mr. Rashtrapal just mentioned, be concerned about how to deal with that situation and how to make sure that such incidents, be it of caste, be it of religious tension, be it of terrorism, don't occur. But the difficulty arises when we decide that these incidents are to be used not to learn a lesson for the present and find a solution for the future, but these incidents are really to be used with the object of targeting each other, and then some of these incidents we realize and fall into a temptation can also have implications on electoral politics. Before I come to the incidents which have taken place in Baroda, what is it that we are really discussing and what is the core of this debate? If the core of this debate was merely because a dargah or a kabar had to be shifted or removed, it was probably easier to come to a solution. But if the core issue is that using that incident, an upheaval is to be created in the city and then in the whole country, and then polarizations are to be made, the solution becomes all the more difficult. When some of us decide to use an uneven hand in dealing with these situations, the problem worsens. Before I deal with the Baroda situation, let me just mention, I am not referring to the gruesome incidents of Doda, but how incidents and events take place and what is really the true meaning and content of secularism in India. A minister in a state government had the audacity to say, I will give 50 crores to somebody who brings me the head of so-and-so. Now, any civilized or secular society would have demanded that he should immediately be sacked, he should be prosecuted. But then by doing so, he had sent a large message to a constituency which was going to support him. The party to which he belonged found itself unable to react. I saw an unfortunate incident the other day, nowhere else in the country, but at the door of the Prime Minister's residence. We have a free press in India. The press asks each one of us inconvenient questions. A delegation went to meet the Prime Minister and came out and an inconvenient question was asked. The response was the journalists were bashed up. The journalist offered a protest. The Honorable Home Minister went there and said, we'll look into the matter and do the needful. But registering an FIR against that assailant would be constitute what was essentially a matter of law enforcement. But if an FIR had been lodged against him, could it be construed as a non-secular polity? And therefore an attack on the journalist before the national television. We were compelled to a situation where the society decided to look the other way. Now these are incidents, and I can count indefinite number of them. Sitaram Yechury was very vocal when he said, why have you used POTA in the case of Godhra? And before I go to the Baroda situation, I think a response, since all that has gone on record, is required. You had an unfortunate incident. I don't go into the details and prejudge the incident. A train is set on fire. What has been the approach of a large number of people in this country? He was very vocal and he said, your government in Gujarat was held to be biased in relation to the post-Godhra incidents. Well, whether it's Godhra or post-Godhra, they had to be dealt with either by the BJP government or by the central government with the same approach. But what was the attitude? The police investigated the matter, the police filed a charge sheet. The accused have moved to court. The Sessions Court rejected the bail, the High Court rejected the bail, the Supreme Court considered the entire evidence and rejected the bail. Not once but several times over. A review committee goes in and says, why do you make it a case of POTA? The Gujarat High Court says, the review committee is not binding on the judicial authorities, we will independently apply ourselves. And now we are being told you should be bound by the review committee, withdraw the case. Not satisfied by this, a committee which is to go into, and normally an administrative committee of the railways is constituted, go into the question of railway accidents and other problems which arise with the railways. A railway accident inquiry is now invented for the first time. Somehow a message must be given to those who are accused in the Godhra case. There is somebody concerned about you. Now, I am not for a moment saying that that case should be dealt with and on a pedestal different from the post-Godhra riots. But once the machinery of the state and a large political establishment decides an uneven policy in dealing with Godhra or the post-Godhra, then a serious question arises, what is really the content of secularism in India? Is it only to give a particular kind of a signal that you go into these questions? Let me just remind myself of one of the biggest contemporary debates. We are dealing with the Baroda situation, which started as a town planning and urban renewal exercise. The Ayodhya debate has been pending for years, for decades. Whether the disputed structure is a temple or it's a mosque, this issue has been pending. Every time, and my party has no hesitation in saying we are deeply committed to that particular place and the temple being at the Ram Janmasthan. What are we told as a point of criticism? Why are you getting into this temple or mosque? Suggestions are made by eminent public persons, make a hospital there. Make a national memorial there. Give up the claim to the site, however sacred it may be. It may be your Mecca, it may be your Jerusalem, but please give up your claim and agree to another institution. After all, these are hospitals are going to help the society more. This is the argument which is told to us in reverse. And today we are told, forget town planning. If there is something bang in the middle of the road, be it a temple or a gurdwara, a church or a dargah, if it comes to a particular place of worship, then town planning must stop, and therefore you must think of an alternative methodology. Let us go into what really has happened as far as the situation in the Baroda city is concerned. 2005-2006 is the urban development year. That's the state government's policy, the executive policy. Somebody has moved the court and filed a public interest litigation. Courts these days are activist courts, so the court starts monitoring. And one of the directions of the court is that not only in Baroda but in almost every town of Gujarat, encroachments on roads must be removed. So in a bid to remove encroachments, whether it is Ahmedabad or it is Surat or it is Rajkot, roads are being widened, and whatever comes within the line of the widened road has to be removed. In Baroda itself, 3,299 structures have been removed to comply with the High Court direction that whatever comes in way of road widening must be removed. As a part of removing that, you had religious structures of all sides, and Mr. Rajpal was absolutely right. When the Tehri Dam is built, the whole townships are submerged, villages are submerged, the mosques, the temples, the gurdwaras, all have to be shifted out. When the Narmada Dam is created, there is submergence, everything has to be shifted out. World over, the most precious of religious structures have been removed and shifted out. And as a part of this road widening, when 3,299 structures are removed in Baroda, you have religious structures of all religious denominations which have to be removed. And when I said the uneven methodology of dealing with secularism, I will, in the same tone as Mr. Yachuri said, say for post-Godhra cases you were biased, and for pre-Godhra and the Godhra case, why did you use a case of terrorism? The bias was inherent in the tone. If we have a particular program, what if, I am asking myself a question, what if my party had put up the photograph of somebody who was involved in some heinous offense on its election posters? Hell would have been let loose, and we have the main accused of Coimbatore glass being paraded on the posters of a particular political party, and then very proudly you say, for the first time in history, we are very progressive, we have defeated the Muslim League. Well, if you have a figure to display who is more fundamentalist than that Muslim League in Kerala, then you are bound to succeed. And therefore what happens in Baroda, 42 temples or religious structures of the majority community have been removed. 6 structures of the minority community have been removed. No noise was created when these 42 plus 6 structures are removed. When it came to this structure in the middle of the road, it is not as though the administration just went away straight and started bulldozing the situation. There are official government records. The government records, the whole case was made out that this is shown as a cover in the records of 1905 to 1912. And therefore, if it is a structure which is almost 100 years old, then please look into the records. You had the record of the city survey superintendent. The local municipality called for the record. They don't find a mention of this. You had the records with the charity commissioner's office. They don't find a record of this. You had the record of the local municipality. You don't find a record of this. Therefore, after doing this exercise, on the 27th of April, you issue a notice not only to this one structure, but to all structures on this road, that this is a compliance of the High Court order, please remove your structures. If you want to shift, you please shift. No shifting is done. 27th, 28th, this is repeated. 29th, a meeting is held with members of the community, and they are told, if you have something to say on this, please produce all the documents. The municipal commissioner holds a meeting. He's a bureaucrat. Not a single document is produced. On 30th, when they meet, again a compromise is to be worked out, and the compromise is suggested, we'll stay our hands for some more time. If you want to shift this wholly or partly, please shift this. Then again the hardliners take over and they say, no shifting, it will remain. 42 plus 6 others have been shifted or removed. But when it comes to one structure, no, it will not be removed. The municipality then on the 1st of May had no option but to comply with the direction of the High Court. And once it is done, I am grateful to my friend Mr. Rajpal when he says, this was not a communal riot. Members of the community, whether provoked or agitated, get together. 2 of them unfortunately die in the police action. 13 of them are injured. The mob was also violent. 12 policemen are also injured. Thereafter, 2 members of the majority community are stabbed. 2 of them come to injuries. And unfortunately, what started off as a town clearing exercise, where world over structures are removed as a part of town clearing. Now, what are we really discussing when I said what is the real meaning of the word secularism? Is secularism to operate only on double standards? Sir, after this incident, when 42 temples have been removed, 6 other religious structures of the minority community have been removed and there has been no protest. If somebody says on one structure, I will create a protest, I am constrained to ask myself, after 59 years of independence, we have not been able to enforce what is Article 44. The state shall endeavor to have a uniform civil code. Today, the entire tenor of this protest is, will India also have now a separate municipal code, depending on religious denominations to which you belong? Once you are going in for a town clearing exercise, whether it is my house or it's a public building or it's a park or it's a school or it's a temple or a gurdwara or a mosque, all the religious structures that have to be shifted out. And we have to educate all members of various communities, be it minority, be it majority, that world over this has been done. But if we send a signal that Mr. Madani, if you do an act which you did in Coimbatore, a state assembly will pass a resolution in your favor. If we have resolutions of this kind and photographs on the posters of elections, then we are sending, and memorandums to the president. If we send a signal that all right, you may have been responsible for burning the train alive, but we will take up your cause. If law and order is not with us, if the Supreme Court is not giving you bail, then a railway inquiry will seek to exonerate you and create an atmosphere in your favor. If these kind of signals are sent, then obviously some people get emboldened on either community who will say, well, I don't want the structure belonging to my community. It may tomorrow be the majority community if they get a backing of the state, or it may be members of the minority community. The moment we link it with the vote banks, the first 42 plus 6 structures did not get linked to any vote bank. Everybody agreed. It's only this structure. And therefore, sir, when we discuss this whole issue, I think we will have to keep the fundamental issue in mind. If all of us, the state governments, the central governments, we as political parties, have a uniform definition of the word secularism, that the state shall be impartial in the matter of implementing its policies. We political parties then are not seen condoning one kind of fundamentalism, because that kind of fundamentalism brings me votes. If we don't follow this kind of a policy, it may be easier really to resolve this problem. Having said this, sir, just one last point that I wish to make is that we also need a debate in this house and in the society, particularly in the media, in these kind of social tensions, what the role of the media, particularly electronic media, is going to be. Traditionally, we had a discipline in this country whenever a caste violence or a religious violence took place. It was always in print media a case of subdued reporting. there was an unwritten code that even names of communities which clashed were not mentioned. This, of course, was not a community clash. Now, if we say that the two people who died in mob violence or in that car was a member of the minority community, his name was so-and-so, or another one says the two people who were stabbed to death were members of the majority community whose name was so-and-so, let us see that we today live in the world of 24-hour television. And 24-hour television has a capacity to create a kind of a frenzy on some issues of this kind. When blood is shown, bodies are shown, injustice to communities is shown, whether it's in a caste violence or a religious violence, the frenzy really can have its repercussions outside. Fortunately, in this case, all governments were quick to act. And therefore, after the first day's incident and the unfortunate burning in that car on the second night, otherwise the incidents were curtailed. The central government sent its additional security forces, the state asked for them, the state sent its entire police forces there, and the curfew was relaxed for women and children first and then for the whole community. But if we do not have some kind of a self-restraint and go back to that traditional conservatism in reporting caste and communal violence instances, particularly taking care that the kind of incidents which display hatred, which show hate speech, which show blood, which show names of communities, names of victims, names of those who attacked, if we don't reimpose that code on ourselves, and it's a voluntary code, probably in future, if such unfortunate situations take place, they can create a situation which could be far worse. Baroda got controlled in a day or two. But if the frenzy spreads, then it becomes all the more difficult in controlling it. And I'm sure, sir, learning from this experience and other past experiences, because earlier when such troubles took place, we had traditionally the more conservative print media. And now that we live in the age of a 24-hour television channels, they will also make sure that while reporting facts, to make sure that the kind of reportage does not create any form of feeling in the society which excites people to further kinds of sensations and provokes them to do acts which they should otherwise not be doing. In a nutshell, sir, the incident at Baroda is a lesson for us. A lesson for all of us, because it's not an incident of communal violence, where an incident relating to town planning, compliance of the court's order, and disagreement by members of one community with regard to a particular structure had led to a flare-up where 6 people have lost their lives and some people have been injured. But in future, the conflict resolution in these issues is one area where we still are to progress as a society is concerned. And I am sure that what Mr. Yachuri mentioned in the beginning but didn't really go ahead with it as he progressed, that an issue like this, if we dealt with a more even hand and had an approach to these issues which was more non-partisan, probably our moral authority in resolving these issues and these conflict resolutions will be far higher in the society. Thank you, sir.
Shri Vinay Katyar, the BJP has taken 15 minutes more than the allotted time. Please keep this time as मैडम तो जरूर मानेंगे, जरा समय का
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, यहाँ पर जो चर्चा हो रही है वो सांप्रदायिक हिंसा पर चर्चा हो रही है, ना कि बड़ोदरा पर चर्चा हो रही है। लेकिन जितने अभी तक वक्ता बोले हैं वो सभी लोग केंद्रित हो करके बड़ौदा पर सबका वहाँ भाषण हुआ है। लेकिन मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि इस देश के अंदर बड़ौदा की तो बहुत छोटी मामूली एक घटना है, ना कि दंगा है, और इसलिए पूरे देश के अंदर समय समय पर बड़े सांप्रदायिक दंगे होते रहे। राजनीति की पूर्ति के खातिर हम सत्ता में कैसे आए उसके लिए भी इस देश के अंदर समय समय पर प्रयोग होते रहे। चाहे पंजाब का आतंकवाद हो, उसका भी बड़ा भारी प्रयोग हुआ, हम उसमें विस्तार पूर्वक नहीं जाना चाहते। एक महान संत भिंडरावाले को आतंकवादी बना करके कैसा दुरुपयोग किया गया, और जब स्वार्थ की पूर्ति हो गई तो उसको आतंकवादी बता करके उसकी हत्या कर दी गई। स्वार्थ की पूर्ति के लिए इसी देश के अंदर लिट्टे की ट्रेनिंग चलाई गई, हम सबको मालूम है, और बड़ी जिम्मेदारी के साथ कह रहा हूं, इसी देश के अंदर चलती रही। लेकिन शायद वो भूल गए कि जिनको हम ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, जब उनको उनके देश के अंदर भेजेंगे तो सावधानी भी बरतना चाहिए। कभी कभी समझौते होते रहते हैं, लेकिन आपने बंदूकें दी, कारतूस दिए, सामग्रियां दी और बाद में अपनी सेना को भेज दिया। यानी हमारी बंदूक, हमारी सेना, हमारी गोली, ये कैसा चलता है? 1984 का दंगा होता है, कितने लोग मारे जाते हैं? क्या उस पर कभी कोई चर्चा हुई? अगर हुई भी है तो उस पर कहा गया, मैं उसी पर आ रहा हूं, नहीं हुई है, मैं वही कह रहा हूं। और चर्चा हुई तो कहा पेड़ गिरता है तो धरती हिलती है, जब धरती हिलती है तो दरगाह नहीं हिलता, तो मंदिर नहीं हिलता, गुरुद्वारे नहीं हिलते, चर्च नहीं हिलते। क्या देश को हम संदेश देना चाहते हैं? एक तरफ आज दिल्ली के अंदर तांडव नृत्य होता रहा, तोड़फोड़ का हथौड़ा चलता रहा। इतने दिनों के बाद आप लोकसभा के अंदर बिल लाए, वो भी 1 साल के लिए लाए, केवल दिखावटी काम किया, 1 साल के लिए लाए। गुजरात सरकार ने अगर अदालत के आदेश पर कार्य कर रही थी तो कौन सी आफत आ गई? मैं कुछ लोगों से पूछना चाहता हूं, आप कह रहे हैं दरगाह का मैं भी सम्मान करता हूं, लेकिन मैं उनसे पूछना चाहता हूं, मैं उन लोगों से पूछना चाहता हूं कि मैं महबूबा साहब को भी बहुत मानता हूं, उनके मैंने इतिहास को बहुत पढ़ा है, लेकिन उनकी प्रिय बेटी फातिमा, वहां के शासक लोग उनके मजार को गिरा करके वहां रास्ता बना देते हैं। मैं कहना चाहता हूं सदन में, मोहम्मद साहब की बेटी है और मोहम्मद साहब की बेटी है, मोहम्मद साहब की बेटी है, और अगर उनकी बेटी फातिमा को मजार बनाने के लिए, कब्र को बनाने के लिए अगर ये लोग चलते हैं,
शुक्ला जी
तो बिना हथियार चलने के लिए तैयार हैं। राजीव जी आपको मालूम नहीं, बैठो, आप साधारण लेखक, बोलिए। और इसलिए लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता, लोगों को जरा इतिहास पढ़ना चाहिए, जानकारी करनी चाहिए। मोहम्मद साहब के 7 मित्र हुआ करते थे, उन 7 मित्रों में से सबके लिए उन्होंने पूजा स्थान बनाया। वर्तमान सरकारों ने सड़कों को चौड़ा करने के लिए 3-3 स्थानों को, पूजा स्थानों को हटा दिया। मैं उसका समर्थक नहीं हूं, जो उन लोगों ने शासकों ने किया होगा मैं उसका समर्थक नहीं हूं, लेकिन मैं कहना चाहता हूं जो लोकसभा में आप दरगाह को लेकर के हल्ला मचा रहे हो, कभी आप फातिमा के लिए हल्ला मचाया, मैं चलने के लिए तैयार हूं। और माननीय गृह मंत्री जी बैठे हैं, जरा सबका पासपोर्ट बना दीजिए, स्पेशल जहाज बना दीजिए, हम सब लोग चलने चाहते हैं, आपके नेतृत्व में चलना चाहता हूं। सेक्युलर कंट्री है, मैं उसकी बात कहना चाहता हूं। चलिए जरा वहां संघर्ष करिए। मैं भारत सरकार से निवेदन करना चाहता हूं, क्या आप चलेंगे? क्या कभी इस देश के इतिहास को जानना चाहेंगे? कौन आया, किसने इस देश के अंदर इस देश को अपमानित करने का काम किया? किसने इस देश के अंदर नींव डाली? क्या 711 को उस मोहम्मद बिन कासिम को हम भूल जाएंगे जो विदेशी हमलावर आया था, जिसने उस गुजरात के अंदर तांडव नृत्य किया, जिसने हमारे मठ और मंदिरों को तोड़ा? क्या उसको हम भूल जाएंगे? जिस गुजरात ने, अगर मैं गलत कह रहा हूं तो
ये आ रहे हैं, अभी बोलने दें, आप बैठ जाए। राजपाल जी बैठिए, अब बोलिए, अब बोलिए राजपाल जी, आप बैठ जाइए, आप बोलिए। आप बैठ जाइए, बैठ जाइए,
जवाब देंगे, हम सक्षम हैं। अगर मैं गलत हूं तो अरे भैया, अगर मैं गलत हूं तो डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर की पुस्तक को लिखने का काम पहले महाराष्ट्र की सरकार ने किया, फिर इसके बाद सामाजिक न्याय मंत्रालय ने किया, और उसमें डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर कहते हैं, हो सकता है आप जरा
सत्य जी आप शांत रहिए, आप बोलिए,
आपसे बाद में हम सीख लेंगे, कोई हर्जा नहीं,
बोलिए बोलिए।
डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर लिखते हैं, राइटिंग एंड स्पीचेज में खंड 8 पृष्ठ 54-55 में लिखा है, भारत में पश्चिम आतंकवादियों ने हमला किया। अब मैं मुस्लिम शब्द नहीं कहना चाहता हूं, उन्होंने मुस्लिम शब्द का प्रयोग किया। आतंकवादियों ने हमला किया, पहला मोहम्मद बिन कासिम ने किया, विनय कटियार नहीं बोल रहे, भारत सरकार की जो सामाजिक मंत्रालय है उसने पुस्तक प्रकाशित की है। दूसरा 1001 में गजनी महमूद, उसने 30 वर्षों तक इसको 30 वर्षों तक, अरे आप विदेशी हमलावर से क्यों रिश्ता रखना चाहते हैं?
बोलिए
आप विदेशी हमलावर के साथ रिश्ता क्यों जोड़ना चाहते हो? मैं कहता हूं विदेशी हमलावर की बात कर रहा हूं,
उनके बोलने उनको बोलने दीजिए, कौन कौन, आप उनको बोलने दीजिए, बड़ौदा इंसिडेंट पर आ रहे हैं वो, उनको बोलने दीजिए, आप बीच में इंटरप्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, आप बैठ जाइए,
बैठिए नारायण जी, बैठिए,
आप बैठ जाइए,
बैठिए जरा,
आप बैठ जाइए, चलिए बोलिए,
आपको अम्बेडकर साहब पर
आप बैठ जाइए,
अगर अम्बेडकर साहब को कि लिखी हुई पुस्तक पर आपको इतराज है, तो मैं समझता हूं फिर तो आप लोगों को कहना चाहिए कि अम्बेडकर साहब को नहीं मारा, जिन्होंने काम किया गलत किया, या तो आप कहिए, और नहीं तो इस सत्य को स्वीकार करिए। यह कड़वा सत्य है, लेकिन सत्य है, इस इतिहास को ठुकराया नहीं जा सकता।
बिना ये बड़ोदरा पर आइए।
नहीं, मैं बड़ोदरा पर बहस नहीं हो रही, माननीय अध्यक्ष जी।
चलिए बोलिए,
बड़ोदरा पर बहस,
बोलिए आप बोलिए,
ये है, ये बड़ोदरा पर नहीं है, और बीच में बड़ोदरा भी आएगा। मैं अभी गुजरात चला हूं,
आप बोलिए,
अभी मैं गुजरात चला हूं।
हाँ गुजरात बोलिए।
और इसलिए गजनी महमूद आया, 30 वर्षों तक 17 बार उसने हमला किया, और गुजरात के अंदर किया, मैं गुजरात बोल रहा हूं, तब बड़ौदा आएगा। अरे गुजरात के अंदर बड़ौदा है, इसको स्वीकार करो। 1173 में
गोली बैठ जाइए,
उसने हमला किया। आ रहा हूं, उधर भी आ रहा हूं, अभी जरा ऐसे घूम के आ रहा हूं, अभी उधर से आ रहा हूं।
आप बैठ जाइए, अपना कंक्लूड कर रहे हैं, बैठिए।
1173 में गोरी चंगेज खां आया, मंगोल के झुंड आए, उन्होंने हमला किया। 1398 में
अब उस पर आ रहे हैं, उनको बोलने दीजिए, हमने कह दिया है उनको बोलने,
उसको छोड़ दिया। ठीक कह रहे,
हमने कह दिया बोलने के लिए।
बाबर आया, 1738 में नादिर शाह आया, 1961 में अहमद शाह अब्दाली आया, और ये इतना ही नहीं, आप जरा इसको पढ़ लीजिए। आज वो हमारे जम्मू कश्मीर के वो नहीं है, हमारे सांसद जी सरदार साहब, गुरु ग्रंथ साहब ने भी इस पर लिखा है, जरा उसको भी पढ़ लें। सवाल इसका नहीं है, ये देश लगातार सांप्रदायिक दंगों को झेलता रहा है, लेकिन मैं निवेदन करना चाहता हूं, आप पढ़ लीजिएगा।
मैं नहीं बोलूंगा,
बहुत अच्छा है, उसके बाद भी अभी हम बता देते हैं। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, गोधरा कांड हो जाता है। गोधरा कांड ये पहली बार नहीं होता, उसी गोधरा के अंदर, जहां तक मुझे याद आ रहा, हो सकता मैं गलत हूं, जब मुरारजी भाई मुख्यमंत्री हुआ करते थे, तो हाँ, पूरा बंबई स्टेट था, तो उस समय दंगा हुआ, कितने लोग मारे गए। क्या उस समय लोकसभा में इतनी बार चर्चा हुई जितनी इस बार चर्चा हुई राज्य सरकार की हुई थी? किसने गोधरा का कांड किया? किसने टैंक ठोकी? कौन था? सभासद किसका था? डिप्टी मेयर किसका था? किसने काम किया? अब वो हम उस पर आ जाएंगे तो आपको अभी चूना लग जाएगा, इसलिए कृपा करके ना बोलो। किसने किया? अगर वहां की सरकार कार्रवाई करती है तो उसको आप कहते हो भंग करो, भंग करो। क्या अपराध किया था सरदार पटेल ने सोमनाथ मंदिर का निर्माण करा करके? क्यों नहीं गुणगान करते हो सरदार पटेल का? अगर सरदार पटेल ने सोमनाथ मंदिर का निर्माण किया था, कोई गुनाह काम नहीं किया था, तो अयोध्या के अंदर राम की जन्मभूमि पर राम का मंदिर बनाने के लिए विनय कटियार काम कर रहे, तो कोई अपराध नहीं कर रहे हैं।
कटियार जी,
धैर्य रखो।
विनय जरा कटियार जी, आज के विषय पे बोलिए मेहरबानी से। कटियार जी इधर, अबे अलग नहीं,
कश्मीर में
देखिए आपका मेडन स्पीच देखिए। कटियार जी
बंटवारा हो गया।
यहाँ सुनिए, आपकी मेडन देखिए। नहीं बैठिए, आप बैठिए प्लीज। देखिए आप बैठिए। कटियार जी जरा सुनिए, मैं देखिए नहीं, देखिए आप बैठिए आजमी साहब बैठिए, आप बैठिए आजमी जी।
ये बनाएगा, ये
आजमी जी
ये बनाएगा।
आप बैठिए प्लीज, आप बैठिए ना, आप बैठिए प्लीज नहीं प्लीज बैठिए, आप बैठिए, आप नहीं आप बैठिए ना, मैं आपको इजाजत नहीं दिया हूँ, आप बैठिए। सुनिए जरा मेरी बात सुनिए।
जी
आपकी मेडन स्पीच है, इट इज नॉट करेक्ट दैट एनीबडी आपको बीच में इंटरप्ट करे, मगर आप विषय पे बात करें। आप हिस्ट्री पे हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, विषय पे
मैं विषय बात कर रहा हूँ।
विषय पे बात
जी, मैं विषय बोल रहा हूँ। जो सांप्रदायिक हिंसा की बात हो रही तो कार्टून बन गया नहीं आता है।